Hello and welcome back. I'm Dr. Lori Williams. I help individuals and corporations to create lasting mental and emotional wellness through holistic practices. Today I want to talk to you about detachment. The thing that causes us the most mental, or one of the things I should say, not the one thing, but one of the things that causes us the most mental and emotional unrest is our attachment to things. We have an attachment to people. We have an attachment to the outcome. We have an attachment through our expectations of how people are supposed to show up in our life and who they're supposed to be. Now, when I talk about detachment, it doesn't mean that you stop loving them or that you get them out of your life. That's not the same thing of what I'm talking about today. So what I'm talking about is detaching your expectations, because a lot of the times what hurts you isn't the outcome, but it was your expectation of the outcome. So when that expectation is not met and the outcome works out differently, that's when, the pain and the emotional trigger or the emotional aspect of you is triggered. Now, if you can allow yourself to show up in your relationships, in your career, and, all areas of your life in a detached manner, you become free to be who you are. Other people get to be free to be who they are because you don't come with an expectation. Now, a lot of the times, most people that I work with don't even realize how attached they are to a certain expectation. Yes, it is okay to have an expectation that people have to treat you with respect and with honesty and things like that, 100%. But if you're going into your relationships and you're having the expectation of, oh, this person is going to fill this need for me, and then that person does not fill that need, there's going to be some emotional disturbances for you. You're going to feel hurt. You're going to feel angry, sadness, all of those kinds of things. When you have a detachment or a detachment style, you can show up in your relationships, like I said, just letting that person be who they are. Doesn't necessarily mean that everybody comes into your life is going to stay in your life, because not everybody is necessarily meant to, but they can at least show up as their true and authentic self, and you can show up as your true and authentic self. It's when we start putting our attachments, our needs on other people, that we're actually avoiding the fact that we're not giving ourselves the things that we need. A lot of the times when you're putting an attachment on someone else, it's actually an expectation that you're putting on them because you're not giving it to yourself. So this is where it's very important to have self-awareness and be able to look within to see, okay, why do I have that attachment with that person? Where am I failing to give that to myself? It is no one else's job to give you the things that you need to be giving to yourself. Love, honesty, respect, dignity, all of those things that you need to be giving to yourself. It's time that you stop looking outside of yourself for, because you're always going to be disappointed. The truth of it is no one can love you the way that you can love you. No one can honor you and trust and show you trust and respect the way that you can for yourself. And you're doing yourself a huge disservice by putting that on other people with that expectation and that attachment to them. You're essentially setting your relationships up for failure. So if you notice that your relationships have struggled and you've always been bringing in this one kind of person into your life, I would encourage you to ask yourself, where am I not giving myself what it is I want from them? And then when you start giving yourself what it is that you're missing, you will start to realize that those relationships are not showing up the same anymore. Those kinds of people you're not attracting into your life anymore. This is a paramount to pay attention to in career, in personal relationships. It doesn't matter. This across the board. It affects every area of your life. If you have an attachment style in your relationships, it's going to affect every aspect of your relationships in all areas of your life. So look at it through personal and through business. Where are you attached? Where are you attached to a person? Where are you attached to an outcome? Where are you putting your expectations on how things working out higher than allowing things to just be what they are? Because a lot of times when we do have an attachment, we also try to force things, and we can come on too strong, which pushes people away and makes people act differently towards us. They cannot be their true and authentic self, and because you're not being your true and authentic self either. We all owe it to ourselves to take control and take the lead on healing ourselves. It is 100% possible. I help my clients do it all the time. If you kind of first recognize when you are in this attachment style, you can start taking the steps to get out of it. And trust me, you're going to thank me when you're on the other side of it. Thanks so much for joining me. I'll see you back here next time.